The latest news is in, guys. The iPhone 14 Pro models are getting a huge RAM upgrade that they deserve with that Pro name. You're probably wondering how much more RAM and if this upgrade will affect the cost of the iPhone 14 Pro models. Well, today let's go over all of those details and also what this will mean for the performance, and also give you the latest details on the iPhone 14 Pro release date and price as well. So I did say this last week in my last iPhone 14 video. I've decided I'm switching things up a bit with these videos. I'm now going to give you the latest on a leak or report of a feature for the iPhone 14 models and briefly go over the iPhone 14 release date and price as well. However, about once every 3 to 4 weeks, I'm also going to give you a summary of how the iPhone 14 models are shaping up in features. That will be coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So let's talk about RAM then for the iPhone 14 Pro models at least. So right now, if you've been following the tech world recently, Samsung announced its new Galaxy S22 line, and at the top of their phone range they have the S22 Ultra. But under the hood, and a lot of people surprised as well, that the lowest spec S22 Ultra, the 128GB model, only has 8GB of RAM inside it. And to be honest, this is quite unusual because the S21 Ultra from last year had 12GB of RAM. Samsung have said that 8GB is more than enough for a starting amount of RAM in their flagship phone. But the funny thing is, even if you compare the 8GB Galaxy S22 Ultra to the likes of the iPhone 13 Pro Max, what only has 6GB of RAM, the iPhone 13 Pro Max blows away the S22 Ultra, and of course the S21 Ultra even has more RAM, and you guessed it, the iPhone 13 Pro Max blows that away as well. But the great news is that Apple want to up their game this year, and a new report has come in from a blogger called Naver, and he has informed us that Apple are making this move to 8GB because it's the natural progression to do this. So this does mean that the iPhone 14 Pro models will have the same amount of RAM as the S22 Ultra. Now, right away, do not think that 8GB is small and compare it to the likes of, say, an x86 chip like an Intel or an AMD chipset inside a laptop or a PC that uses RAM. The way how Apple's ARM chips for their A series, like the upcoming A16 and the likes of the M1 and its variants, they handle RAM very differently to how Intel and AMD uses them in your standard laptop or your PC. So having less RAM is actually fine. A good example of this is the likes of, say, the 13-inch MacBook Pro or the iPad Pro, the MacBook Air, and I could go on. But you know, all of those M1 chipset devices start with 8GB of RAM. And if you've been watching videos on YouTube out there, they can show that even exporting 4K video on this same amount of RAM, so 8GB of RAM, and say you've got Photoshop open, and say you've got Safari open with 6 to 8 tabs open, and let's say you've got Outlook open with your emails, the actual M1 Max and the iPad does not slow down at all. So for the A16, what will be even more powerful than the A15, coupled with 8GB of RAM, is going to be more than enough for whatever you throw at the new iPhone 14 Pro models. For the normal iPhone 14 and the new 14 Max model, even though the leak doesn't say it, I believe that Apple bump up the RAM from 4GB that we had in the 13 mini and also the normal 13, all the way up to 6GB in these models, as it makes sense to do this. So next, release date and price, but now is a good time than more than ever to mention that all reports and leaks that you are seeing right here are not 100% proof that they will come true with the new iPhone. I can only present you what reports or information that is out there. However, if you are watching this video, you're as curious as I am in knowing what is going to be said about the next generation iPhone anyway.
So, just quickly guys, recently this channel got over 300,000 subscribers, what is absolutely amazing. So in celebration of this, I've decided to do a giveaway of this. It is an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and it is in white silver, and it's a 256GB model option. So recently I've given away a Sierra Blue one when we got over to 300,000 subscribers, and I'm going to be giving away this iPhone 13 Pro Max when we get over 350,000 300,000 subscribers. And all you need to do to enter into this international giveaway is just write down in the comments below of what Apple gear you're planning to buy in 2022. Write it down in the comments below, and also at the same time as well, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell, because I'll be revealing who the winner is when we get over 350,000 subscribers via a video, and you won't want to miss that notification for that video. Now quickly, I just want to mention as well, sadly there are a lot of scammers and spammers out there who use my face, for example, and also tell you to WhatsApp them. This is not me, and I'm afraid they're not giving away any giveaways out there. I'm the only one who's doing the giveaway, and you can make sure it's me by seeing that there is a tick next to my actual name, and also, like I said, that any comments or anything will have that tick, but the actual giveaway itself will be on that actual video when we get over 350,000 subscribers, not before. Well, with that out of the way, let's return back to the video.
So let's do the release date and prices next. So based on no chip shortages or components being hard to come by from now until the end of summer 2022, it is believed that the iPhone 14 Pro and other iPhone 14 models will be out at the end of September 2022. How do we know that the release date is going to be the end of September? Well, let me just do a quick history lesson of iPhone releases. So if we go back to the iPhone 4S in 2011, this classic iPhone came out on October 14th that year. Then skip a year to 2012 with the iPhone 5, it was September 21st, 2012. Then let's skip a few years ahead of that to 2016, where it was the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus, and the release year for that was September 16th. In 2019, we saw the release of the iPhone XS on September 21st and the XR on October 26th, and last year, for example, with the iPhone 12 models, the release dates were October 23rd to November 13th. Now, mainly, you can see release dates have either been kind of mid-end September to kind of end October if there's something special coming out or something a bit different, with the main exception of 2021, where it was a bit unusual for the iPhone 12 to come out a bit later, but this was due to COVID, so we did have a release on all the models. However, this year in 2021, we're back on schedule with the iPhone 13, and that's being released at the end of September, with all four models having a date of their release of September 24th. So for 2022, Apple will be planning an event just before this happens. However, we'll see another event for other Apple products like the MacBooks, iPads, Apple Watch, AirPods, and loads more other bits and pieces around that time. And if you want more info about those products, do check out my other videos on this channel, and make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell to get the latest news on them. And also, if you want the latest news on the iPhone 14, for example, and other leaks and rumours that have been stirring around, do check out my other videos on this channel as well. So for pricing, it is believed that all iPhone 14 models will start with 128GB of storage, at being the smallest amount this year. So it's quite easy how the pricing is going to work this year. The cheapest iPhone 14 will be the normal 14, will start at $799 US. Then that new 14 Max model is just $100 more at $899 US. After this, with the Pro models, the normal 14 Pro will be starting at $999 US, and then finally the 14 Pro Max will start at $1,099 US. So you can see here that each iPhone tier simply increases by $100 for the lowest storage option on each model. But if you want the full specs and how this is going to look with the pricing, with all the different specs and all the different iPhone models out there, as mentioned, I'll be making a summary video every 3 to 4 weeks showing all of those specs. So if you definitely want to see that and also get the latest on Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. And with that, I will see you soon, guys. Take care now. Bye bye.